Let's just walk you through the basic setup of the guest login. So basically, to set up the guest login, you would have to go to admin and then go to guest login. Here you can see on the left-hand screen, the guest login is actually turned on. And we're going to basically work through each of the different stages here. You see at the top of the guest login, you've got the add new page, upload document, add file category, welcome content, update URL, and guest list. We're going to be working through each of these different tabs. On the first, you can see that you can add guest access to booking summary. It's over here. If this is not on, that means that your guest login is not turned on as a feature. And what happens is if this is not on as well, within your emails, as in your booking summary that you send to clients, within it, you'll see that there is a link where they can manage my booking, which appears on that booking summary. And that means they would be able to access the guest login. So without this turned on, guest login is not turned on and the guest cannot access it. The other toggle shows within the red box on the image is actually connected to the financials. If this is on, basically it removes the function to pay in the guest login. And this would be anything in terms of booking extras, etc., those sorts of things as well. Whereas if it's in the off selection, they're able to see their financials and will then allow their guests to make payments. You can actually toggle it on and you can select that it is off for certain channel booking. For example, Airbnb, booking.com, Airbnb specifically, they take payment on your behalf and send it to you at a later stage. So the guest would not need to see any of the financials. So in this case, you would ensure that it was off for those clients. You've also got the option to tick these tick boxes underneath of whether you want to collect additional information, guest names, guest gender, age for the guest. So this particular page is going to be looking at specifically the welcome content and how to add pages. So let's start off here with the welcome content first. If you select that tab, basically it opens up this one here on the right-hand side, and this is going to be your home page as such. Here you're going to be typing just a generic short snappy welcome message within there. We generally suggest to keep it small. For example, we've just written welcome to happy holidays. All you need to have a happy stay is here. So short, snappy, inviting text, not too long, not drawn out, something that's going to grab their attention. If it's too long, it's going to be pushing the booking details too far down the page. So then just to go on to adding new pages, if you select the add new page, it basically opens this screen down below. Very important here is you need to plan your pages before you start inputting the data, because as you add a page, as in the first page that you add, it will always be the first page that is seen. You cannot reorder these pages at a later stage. So say, for example, I wanted to have a page that was just specific on Wi-Fi, for example. Once you've gone and created it, you have the option to select enabled, which means that the page will then be enabled and available for guests to see in the guest login. If you're not happy with it as yet, you can save your changes, but not enable it, so i.e. not make it live straight away. If you need to upload documents that you would like the client to preview, you have these options. Before you start uploading the documents, kind of like with all filing. So this is where you're going to be adding a file category. So say, for example, here, if you say add file category, it opens up this window. You can give your category a name. So say, for example, in mine, I've given it property instruction manuals. That's my category name. And you can also give it an order. It would be my most important. So I'd have it category order 1, or you don't have to apply anything at all for it. Okay, so that's the first step. Then you would be obviously uploading the documents to each of these categories. So this is what documents you may already have, things like that are in PDF. So maybe, for example, could be your terms and conditions, your house rules, etc. So the way you'd be uploading a document is just selecting upload document. You can give the document a new title, select choose file, and if you select choose file, you can go and find it on your computer and upload it. You can then apply it to a particular category, as in put it in that subdivider within your file, and then select save. And as with before, if you want it to be enabled, as in make it accessible by your guest, you would have to enable it as well. And this now will appear in your guest login and generally towards the bottom left. You can also add in property specific documents, and these would come up within the booking section to the booking that the client has made. But let me quickly preview this on a SuperControl account, because we've just shown you sort of screen shares. I want to actually show you live within an account. So this is a test account in which we've gone ahead and created a guest login. So the way to access the guest login, as I said before, admin, and scroll down to guest login. See here, once you select your guest login, this is your home page as such. Okay, this is where you're going to be turning it on and make it accessible for guests. So say, for example, if you have more than one site ID, you are able to select and make specific guest logins for like groups of properties as such. This is a little bit more complicated, and I'm only going to show you the basics today. But here, for example, you can see I've got two different ones. I've got my site ID SuperControl 2 and my site ID Happy Holidays. And each of these have got their own separate guest logins that are added, and I'm able to preview it. If I scroll down a little bit more, you would have seen that you had the option to add new pages or your welcome content. Okay, so just to show you first, these are all the individual pages that I've gone ahead and created at an earlier stage, but I'm going to show you how to go ahead and do that. So let's start off with the welcome content, which is what I showed you first. So you'll see that if you select welcome content, it gives you this generic screen. You'll see that this is going to be applied to this particular site, the SuperControl. You can also select the same welcome to be applied to more than one. Basic idea is you're going to be adding content to it. So that's my content there. I also then have the option of adding photos, tables, and doing all kinds of different things to it. And once I'm happy with what I've done, save and enable. Just to show you again, now the adding of a new page. So I told you I've already got a couple of pages already. So I'm just going to show you one that I had done at a previous stage. If I go to edit, so say, for example, this specific page I've named Wi-Fi and mobile phones. There you can see is the title of it. I've then gone in and add content here. So that's just generic content I wanted to provide them with, and select it, enabled, and save. If I wanted to add a filing category, so say, for example, for my property instruction manuals, I'd give it a name and give it an order and say save. If I needed to go ahead and upload documents to these file categories, you would go to upload document. Here again, you can add the title, choose where to find that particular file and upload it, and I would apply it to a category. Select enabled if I want it to be enabled and available to guests to download or look at, and select save. So that's just going through the steps of how to actually add these various options. Now I'm just going to quickly preview. Quite handy to be able to preview what you are doing as you are doing it. So you'll see here is my Happy Holidays one. I'll go to the first one actually. You've got the option to preview whatever you've done. Select that preview button if you go to your guest login homepage. Okay, and you can see this is what it would look. You see the guest name once they log in would be up here, and this is where they would sign in, sign out, or change anything with regards to their login as a guest. See, this is my homepage. So there, that gives you your welcome content, which is here, and it will list any of their future bookings and if they've got any past bookings below that. Here are each of those individual pages that I've set up. So if I select one of them, it will open it up and you'll see that Wi-Fi mobile page. This phone is the first one that I created, so it will always be first. For example, I've just put in that just a little bit of generic information on Wi-Fi and mobile phones, safety and security, so I can go through each of the different tabs and just give a little bit of extra information on each of them. Okay, so that would be each of the pages. In terms of the generic uploading of documentation, here you can see there's the directions to our properties. Go to preview it and download it. Download it or see it. And here you can see instruction manuals. Go to it and there, and I have the option to download it. And then it will provide contact us information, which is based on your account general details. So basically, I've shown you very, very basic example of a guest login. You have the option to make it as comprehensive or as basic as you wish. You also have the option to add images and videos just to enhance your guest journey. Now, I'm going to quickly show a video, and basically this is going to show you how to add an image. Now, it's important to note that as with any images, they need to be uploaded to our server and not copied and pasted into the image of that window content, because if they paste it that way, it will just appear as an X and not actually preview. So you have to do it in this particular format.
In this video, we'll show you how to add photos to an information page for the guest login. So I've gone to add a page, and here we have an editor. In the menu bar, there's an image icon. So I click that, and then I'm going to, in this case, upload an image. So I'm going to click Browse Server, and then any of your existing images are stored here and you can use them, or I can upload a new one. So I'm going to get my picture of a dog and upload. Now you can see it's uploaded, it's available to use. So I'm going to press OK. I could put some text, I can resize it, click OK, and now it's there in the page ready to be used.
But now I'm also going to show you how to add a video to a page.
In this video, I'm going to show you how you can add a YouTube video to a page in your guest login. So under Admin, Guest Login. Then I'm going to add a new page. So in this example, we often at our own holiday houses get asked about the path that takes them down to the seashore, and so we have a video that shows the walk down that path, and I'm going to show that video in the guest login for information. So I'm going to put video path to the seashore, and then I'm going to go to click this source button on the left of the menu bar here. You can see that will grey out these things. So I'm now able to put HTML code directly into this window. So now I go to YouTube. Here's my video. This could either be a publicly hosted video like this one, or it could be one that is internally hosted. I'm going to put share and then click embed. And that gives me some code which I can copy. There's a couple of options around this, whether you show the player or not. You can play with these options if you want, but I'm going to copy this code. And then back in my editor, I'm going to paste that in. So you can see it's pasted some HTML code that embeds the YouTube video. You click Enabled and Save. So now if I go back into the guest login and I refresh the page, you can see now I've got a video of the path to the seashore. And I click that, and here's my video. You could also do this on property-specific videos, or in this case, it's an information page for everybody.
So what do you do once you've set up My Estate Planner? I said you can view it as if a guest would, and you can do this by impersonating a guest. Now, to do this within your guest login, you just select this impersonate. Now, just very importantly, that you need to ensure that your pop-ups are not blocked on your device. If your pop-ups are blocked, nothing will happen when you click impersonate, and you won't be able to see them. So you need to make sure that your pop-ups are not blocked.